Okay. Grant, thank you for your time today. I just really wanted to find out about how you feel and how confident you go into the second half of the season and essentially the rest of your career. Like coming into a side where maybe we didn't have the best game against Mali, but then you come in and then like everything basically changes. What does that do personally for you as confidence as a player?
Yeah, obviously how I feel. I don't have many words for how I feel, but I think it's been a very good experience. This is something you dream of, especially as a child. We grew up being told how '96 was, how '98 was, and how good the players were. And for us to experience such a tournament, to actually play in it, to come back from how we started, it's a very good feeling. Very good group of guys that we have here. Not only good players but good human beings. I just feel so good to be a part of it. Obviously, wanted to go all the way, but even receiving that bronze medal just shows the type of players that we have. Against all odds, to go against all odds and come out third in such a difficult competition, it's just a good feeling. So I think it will give us also good motivation going into the second half of the season. Obviously, we know at Sundowns that we have the CAF Champions League coming up. So it's going to give us a good motivation to know that we're respected for what we did in this tournament, and hopefully we'll achieve even bigger things, from the experience that we got during this tournament.
Maybe just follow up on that, Babatit. Sundowns had 10 players, and then we actually was also here with Namibia as well. And within 2 weeks, we go straight to Champions League, and you've always wanted to add the second star. What does this bring to Sundowns with all of you with this experience from here? Because there's no other team in the Champions League that had this kind of an experience of having double numbers here.
Yeah, it's been a benefit for us, not only coming into the tournament. I think we've all participated in the Champions League, and we know what it's like. From the hostility to the pressures that it comes with. So the CAF just added to that experience. So I think it'll give us good motivation going forward, especially in the Champions League, to know that we're well respected. But it's also going to ask and demand a lot from us, because it's going to need us to step up from where we left off here in the AFCON. So yeah, it's a good pressure, but the pressure that allows us to also grow, I think, to also just get better, but to also not sleep on the laurels, because we know we've reached the semi-finals, but we know what we want in the CAF Champions League. So it's going to give us good motivation going forward to go for it.
Grant.
Sure. Grant, Debza says that Hugo Bruce is the best coach we've had in the last 24 years national team. Just tell us about Hugo Bruce. What kind of coach is he? What's special about him?
I think he's very honest. Coach Hugo doesn't beat around the bush, but he also gives us our freedom, which is a good thing. I think we've been in camp for over a month, but it didn't feel like we were away from home, as much as we're in the Ivory Coast. So I think that's just one of the qualities outside of football that he possesses. He allows us to be free, feel free, to express ourselves, especially on the field. He knows what we're capable of, and he asks for us to just give him, what we're good at. He doesn't ask us to complicate a lot of things. So he instills that confidence in us, I think, which is a good thing, and I think it's gotten us this far. So I could relate to what Debza was saying.
Grant, you've spent your career in the DSTV Premiership, and we know there's a certain level that it goes to. Now you've experienced what many people consider as elite footballers and strikers, particularly Enesiri,
Sinayoko, Victor Osimhen. Did it feel any different, or was it just business as usual for you? Because, I mean, you handle yourself quite well.
I think it was business as usual. But you know, when you go against good players, you always try to prove yourself against them just to see where you are, you know, the level that you're at. And I think it's just a good experience for me. Felt good to know that, you know, we're not really far off. I think we can hold ourselves in high regard because we held our own against them. You know, these are people that we watch weekly, especially in the Champions League and all these things. But you also get to realize that maybe all we needed was also an opportunity to go against them, you know, to see where we are with them. And, you know, as South Africans, I think we could be really proud of ourselves and to know that, you know what, we're not really far off. Our job is just to keep showing up because, you know, one day things will change because we all dream to play out in Europe, you know, and it's really, really possible, you know. I think the AFCON showed that. And it's just about us believing in ourselves and, you know, waiting for that chance to come. And when it comes, to just grab it with both hands. But I think we're all capable, you know, and we could really be proud of our efforts.
Grant, obviously coming into the tournament, you know, all the teams had an equal opportunity of winning the tournament. Could have been won by anybody. But looking at Bafana, the many years of unachievement, public apathy, lack of support from the fans, and sometimes us, you know, being a bit harsh and stuff like that. Individually, did you, in your heart of hearts, really think that you'll be picking your bag, going home, and also picking a bronze medal in your bag? Did you really think that we can do this?
To be honest, when we got into this tournament, the biggest thing we wanted to achieve was getting out of the group stages, you know. But even being in the group stages, we then realized that, you know what, this thing is possible. I think let's just take it game by game and see where it takes us. So during the group stages, I think the mentality of the boys all changed, you know, because we saw an opportunity to do something special within this tournament. And I think the game against Namibia also gave us motivation to say, you know what, now it's all in our hands. We can go as far as we want to go, and it's dependent on us. And that was the good thing with this group because we were motivated. We fought for each other. We were there for each other, you know. And yeah, I think even getting out of the group stages, obviously, which was the toughest thing, you know, but when we got out and we realized there was Morocco, you know, the motivation that we beat them, you know, I think it was in November when we played them. It gave us extra motivation to say, you know what, we can do this. No matter if they're Africa's number one, you know, this is our chance to show them, you know, on the big stage that we're capable. And yeah, it was just the belief with the boys, and we wanted to go as far as possible, you know. And when we got out the group stages, we realized that, you know, this thing is all in our hands, it's all in our minds. And yeah, let's just keep going, be there for one another, and just go as a collective, you know, and see where this thing takes us. So yeah, we were quite motivated, to be honest, and we believed in each other. And that was the positive thing.
Just the last one from my side, Grant. You've played with Ronwen from your time at Sundowns. In fact, at Supersport United. Also until now. What would you say has improved or with him over the years and the level that he's just in now? I mean, he was a top 3 goalkeeper in Africa, even in the CAF Awards, and now he's the best goalkeeper in this tournament, best goalkeeper in the continent. Just to reflect on him from his time at Supersport and now at international level with Sundowns, and maybe just a word on the goal he got.
Yeah, I think Ronwen, you know, has always been a top keeper. I think we started together in 2011 at Supersport, you know. Coach Gavin gave us both a chance. And I think he's just held on to it ever since, you know. And it's good that he's getting his flowers now. Sometimes it takes time, but Ronran's always been a top keeper. I've always held him in high regard. He's also a good human being, he's always been there. But I think this tournament just showed the best of Ronran, he's a leader, true leader, born leader, because he talks from the back, he helps all the centre backs, especially his back four, as long as it's organized, I think everything else falls into play. So yeah, it's just good that he's been given his flowers, well deserved, especially considering where he comes from, especially with the national team. We as players have always known that Ron has the capabilities, to be up there with the best, and to do it at such a prestigious tournament, was something else. And we're all just happy for him, because it's well deserved. He works so hard. To be where he is, a very coachable player, someone you take a lot from, because he's always willing to learn, always willing to improve, even at his age, no one's ever really giving him that proper chance, to be up there, and for him to defy the odds and be the best in the continent, just speaks for itself. We're really just proud of him, proud to be led by him, and yeah, we can only hope that he continues soaring.
Grant, maybe on a lighter note, after the red card, the good red card,
That is a celebration.
yeah, that probably saved the team from possible danger. Your mother was in Parliament for the State of the Nation, and she really sort of, you didn't need to defend it that much, but she came to her defense and said you took it for the country and that kind of stuff. And it must have been nice seeing that you still have your mother in your corner who can defend you in the public space.
We lead you up. Yeah, no, but it just shows how proud she is of her son. I always call her Impokoto because she's just been my rock, man. She's the only person that's ever bought me soccer boots, first person to believe in me and allow me to chase my dreams. The only thing she wanted from me was to finish school, because all her siblings, struggled to finish school. So yeah, she's always been in my corner, always been my number one supporter, and I'll always cherish her. I'll always try and make her proud. And yeah, she's just been my rock, man. I run out of words to kind of describe my relationship with her. As much as it looks good, camera and stuff, we're always fighting. But it's because she always wants the best of me, the best from me. So yeah, I'm just happy that she was happy. I know she told all her colleagues, it's my son. But it's just good that one is able to show her that all the belief that you've shown me throughout the years, this is what it has come to. And yeah, I'm just happy that she's happy and proud of me. She's been calling me every day, just saying, you guys can actually do this. You guys are making us proud. And it's good to hear that, because she started this whole journey with me. And for her to see her, on the continental stage, doing my thing, I think she realizes that all the sacrifices that she's done for me, have actually paid off.
Grant, I think you joined Sundowns just COVID was ending 2 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think anybody envisioned you and Motobi Mvala being a centre-back pairing for Bafana at AFCON. How did we get here?
I think it just all stems down to hard work, me personally, I think I've been written off quite a few times in my career, I think I've been playing professionally now for 13 years or so. So I've been written off quite a few times, but it's always about, defying the odds, working for what you want, knowing what you want, but also believing in what you can achieve. So I think it just all boils down to hard work, and always, understanding that, your purpose came before anyone else's opinion. So we're just living out our purposes, giving our best, And yeah, you know, the Lord has been good to us. He's given us a platform to go experience such a beautiful tournament such as the AFCON, you know, and to do well in it, you know. And for us, it was just to grab it with both hands and appreciate the opportunity, but also to make use of the opportunity. So we're just really just grateful for it, and hopefully it doesn't stop here, you know, and yeah, the blessings just keep pouring down.
A large part of the spine, we know the team consists of a lot of Sundowns players, but you, Ronwin and Debs played at Supersport. I don't know if Mbono was with you guys, but a lot of that development was done at Supersport. What is it about them and developing players and bringing them up to a higher level in South African football, to the point where you guys are now the third best team in Africa?
Yeah, I think Supersport has always been known for bringing out good players. You know, a large majority of the top players, you know, in the PSL history, if you look, you know, come from the Supersport Academy or have been part of Supersport, you know, which is a good thing. And we're forever grateful, you know, to people like Stan Matthews, because he afforded us the opportunity. He always believed in youngsters, especially if he saw something in you, you know. He made it possible for you to go become whatever you can become, you know. And it's obviously a good thing because we've had good relationships in Supersport, you know, and to carry that on to our next teams, which was Sundowns, and to also carry it on for the national team, you know, was something special. But we've always had a good relationship from Supersport, the Supersport days. So to come here, you know, it wasn't so much foreign to us. Yeah, so it also kind of helped the national team because the relationship, the cohesion was there. We understood each other, and we all knew what we were fighting for. So yeah, it was a good thing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Merci beaucoup, mon ami.